Hmm. I don't know why I have to exhale and laugh every single time I come into one of these lives, but I do. It just gets me into the space where I can connect with you, I guess, and I have to laugh to get all the wiggles out. Good morning, everyone in the United States, and hello, and I love you to everybody all over the world that's watching right now. And if you're watching in replay, I love you too. My name is Rebekah Borucki. I'm a mother of five children, ages 22, all the way down to 5 years old. I am a meditation guide. I am someone who cares very much for human beings and social and racial equity. And I'm an author of books for big and little readers. That means adults and children. Children are down here. And today we're going to have a talk, and I want your participation. I want your feedback. I want you to tell me where you're from, how you're feeling, how you are coping with this global pandemic, this crisis. Hello, Allie Steele. What a cool name. My goodness. I want to be Allie Steele. That's like my superhero name. And I want you to participate in answering a question for me. So first of all, if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. Okay, you might be watching this in replay in IGTV, but follow me on Instagram and read my latest two posts if it is April 2nd, 2020. If you're watching this far in the future, it doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you about them anyway. Today, a church member posted a well-meaning and very nice message about how this COVID-19, and she was quoting someone else, how this COVID-19, this global pandemic is this kind of reset for humanity. And it was saying how there's all this opportunity, like gas prices are low and children are home with their parents and people are cooking instead of buying fast food and like all of these things. And while I think it's really important to talk about your personal joy as well as your personal heartache, your personal struggle, because it's all valid. When you make sweeping statements like that, it becomes toxic positivity. So the title of today's talk is Wealth and Hellness, which I borrowed from Rachel Ricketts. She is an amazing, outspoken, brilliant, wise social justice advocate, and you should be following her, and I'll put her link in the video description, and I'll tag her on Instagram. Rachel Ricketts, also a good friend of mine. She calls it Wealth and Hellness because this is particularly pervasive in the wellness world, the new age world, the law of attraction world, these ideas that talking about something negative will bring attention to it and what you focus on grows. Whereas I believe that what we focus on gets fixed, right? When we look at something, it gives us an opportunity to actually speak to the truth of it and fix it. And I also don't look at things as necessarily positive or negative. I look at truth and facts as being neutral. And how we react to it shows how we're showing up as human beings. So when I see someone talking about like all these good opportunities in COVID-19, I cannot help but think of the people who are reading it, who have lost loved ones, who are in danger of losing their business or their livelihood, their job, their homes, their food security, that are trapped in violent domestic violence situations where their home feels like a prison and not like a sanctuary. I can't help but think of the people who are reading that and will be harmed by those words. So it's okay to speak about joy from the I, but when you say things like, this is a cosmic reset, or this is such an opportunity, and everything's going to be so much better after this. No, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people are going to be dead after this. People are going to be bankrupt after this. And our leadership doesn't care. And this is an opportunity for us to step up and actually widen our viewpoint, because a lot of people were talking about perspective. And all perspective is a narrow view of the truth. Perspective, think about that. When you say my perspective, your perspective, there is a truth and a reality that exists. And perspective is your narrow view of it. So we should all be working every single day to widen that perspective, to widen that view, to start seeing the whole truth of the matter, and then be more compassionate and sensitive in the way that we share, and then more proactive in the way that we are taking care of it. So what I want to ask you all to do, hello Amber, and hello Sarah McGovern Luca, the best travel agent on the planet. I cannot wait for people to get traveling again so you could be back to work, sister. Thinking of you. What I want you to do today, and I'm going to do this exercise with you, is that I want you to acknowledge your own privilege, right? This is not like, listen, everyone has hardship, everyone has privilege. So like, let's not get into like, this is how I'm suffering. Everyone has heartache, everyone has hardship, everyone has struggle, and everyone has privilege. And of course, those to varying degrees depending on the person. So I want you to acknowledge your privilege. I want you to just list one thing that gives you an advantage in this life. And then right next to it, list something, an action step that you can take today to make the world a better place. And I want you to reach. I don't want you to do something easy, because for a lot of us, giving money is easy. For a lot of us, like sending some cans to a food bank are easy. I want you to think of something that actually stretches you. And I've done this exercise many, many times with my audience. I've listed 100 different ways that I'm privileged. I am tall. I am relatively thin. To some people, conventionally attractive. I had people who said, I love you, and supported me and supported my hopes and dreams. I have friends. I have a safe neighborhood to live in. I have a safe, warm home. I have family. I have financial privilege. I have, while I didn't have a formal advanced education, I had access to a lot of learning materials that allowed me to educate myself. I have the internet. I have food in my refrigerator. There's so many ways that I'm privileged. I can worship without fear of being attacked for the God that I worship. I can move freely through the streets without worrying if someone's going to attack me because of the color of my skin. Because even though I am biracial, my father is black, my mother is white, I present as being ambiguous, or sometimes I'm white presenting. So I have all of this incredible privilege that makes me very, very lucky, because what privilege is unearned benefit. So what do you possess that was unearned? And I really want you to think hard about what unearned means, because being born in the United States, some would argue with this too, is a privilege. We have a lot of rights and freedoms that people in other countries don't have. A lot of countries have it a lot better. That's true too. But just being born here is a privilege. When you look at people who are trying to get here, who are immigrants, are being turned away, that's just because they were unlucky for the land that they were born on. We didn't earn anything by being born in America. We didn't earn that. That's dumb luck. So we have to think about these things and then think how we can stretch ourselves today. And I really want you to comment with this. I really want your participation with this, because doing the exercise, not just thinking about it, writing it down, makes it even more real. And I do this a lot because it's going to take us stretching. It's not going to take us doing the easy thing. Fixing things requires discomfort, okay? So if you're comfortable, you're not doing enough. And I know that's a pretty bold statement, and people are like, you're enough, you're doing enough. You as a human being are enough, but none of us are really doing enough, because if we were all doing enough, things would look very different, right? Because there's some of us that are doing a whole lot, and more of us doing nothing at all. And then the people in the middle are doing just enough to make themselves feel good. We need to be really stretching ourselves, stretching our budgets, stretching our comfort, all of those things to make things better. Why am I talking about this on a meditation, platform? Is because I believe in healing yourself to heal the world. So the tagline for my private Facebook community, which you'll find linked in the video description, is heal your soul, raise your voice. Because once you become stronger, bolder, more confident, more healed, then it is your duty as a person, a human being on this planet, to go out and help others rise, help others heal. Everyone has the capacity to do that. Hello, Andy and Carol. Real quick, because I forgot to say this at the top of the video, I'm giving away 3 of my 4 books for free in digital format. It's not a stretch, because giving away things digitally is actually super easy for me. It does lose me a sale, but whatever. So I have my children's book, Zara's Big Messy Day, that turned out okay. And I did have a translator put that into Spanish for all of you Spanish speaking folks. And I have, and even though I know like I'm speaking English right now, there are a lot of children that I serve in the schools that I go into and I give these books to that are first generation American, and their parents don't speak English. So this gives them access to the materials, and that's why I did that. I'm going into a lot of predominantly Spanish speaking schools. And then I have You Have 4 Minutes to Change Your Life and Managing the Mother Load, which is my book for moms. And just follow the links in the video description. You can get those books. And Nicole Marie, what are you saying? I was able to wash my hands today. I worry about the communities, even within Canada, that don't have access to water. Thank you. That is one that a lot of people don't know about. You think of people that don't have access to clean water and you start thinking of places like Africa or these like third world countries or undeveloped nations. In America, people in Flint still don't have clean water. Our homeless or houseless population still don't have access to clean water and the ability to keep themselves clean every single day. Our indigenous people, and I say America, like North America and like Canada, the United States, indigenous populations don't have access to water on their own land. And we have to keep that at the front of our minds. We have to keep that on our hearts, that even turning on a faucet and running water is an incredible privilege. Having clean water is an incredible privilege. And keeping ourselves safe from disease is something as simple as washing our hands, and so many people don't have access to that. So thank you so much, Nicole Marie. That was like a really, really, really good one. Thank you. Pause up for that one. All right, so I'm going to get going. I want you to definitely participate in this, please, and share it with your friends. You know, I get blasted for being negative. Someone deleted my comment this morning saying it was negative, and I don't know how the truth can ever be negative. I think that shedding light on what's dark is the most positive thing that you can do. I am an incredibly upbeat, smiley, happy person, but I know that there's shitty stuff in this world that we need to take care of. Absolutely. Hello, Michelle Clifton. Oh, and for those of you who like my Exonerated 5 shirt, this shirt has been ripped off by so many people. I'm wearing one that was actually, it's the original one made by one of the Exonerated 5. Park Madison NYC is his company. They are the original creator makers of this shirt. If you want this shirt, please go to Park Madison NYC. I know that's backwards, but that's the place to get it. Always make sure that you are supporting indie artists, creators, small businesses during this time. They're the ones that are hurting the most. Stretch your wallets to support Black-owned businesses, Indigenous-owned businesses, people of color who are working. Please say prayers for all of our first responders, our grocery store frontline workers, our healthcare workers. They are in really, really tough spots right now. So say prayers, do what you can to help them, support people who are making masks, all of those things. You can do that. It's super, super easy. And if you are out shopping, thank your grocery store clerk. Like, thank them. Say thank you so much for what you're doing. It really helps just to have kind words in times like this. I know it doesn't feel like much, but it's something that you can do that's actually very easy. So I love you. I love you. I love you. I say that from the bottom of my heart, and I say it 3 times to affirm how true it is. Oh, and thank you for showing up for me and for yourself, because it inspires and compels me to show up for you and myself and spend time in conversation and community. It's so important for the growth and the enlightenment for the collective consciousness. And then lastly, I love you. I love you. I love you. Did I say that or did I say thank you? I don't know. It's both. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all are the best. Remember, comment with what privilege you hold and how you can stretch yourself today and take an action step based on that privilege to help other people around you. It's so important that we do this together, and we do a lot. We're not doing enough. If we were doing enough, then things would be fixed. Repeat that. I love you. This is positive. Right? Telling the truth is positive. Bye.